Welcome back to the program.
So
This is episode 58. We didn't do anything for like a year episodes. I don't think anyone gives a fuck, but I
No
was
one cares,
just like,
yeah.
56. I'm like, that was okay. And then I, I went and, bought potting soil or something like that. Moved on with your life. Welcome back to the program.
Hey, I'm not a self-celebrator, dude. Fuck that shit. That is the lamest shit, dude. I'll just like have a birthday. People are like, when is your birthday? I'm like, oh, it was Thursday. Like, did you do anything? I'm like, no.
No, I didn't even bring it up to you. Honestly, like that's the fucking best, dude. You know what the cringiest shit is? You know what the absolute cringiest shit is? Is when some kind of like nobody public figure, like a wannabe comedian or singer or whatever, anybody doing like the Instagram post of like the thank you for 5,000 followers, like. Dude,
yeah.
If you do that, I'm like, oh, you're a cop. Like you're an undercover agent for somebody. This is a weird account. If you're doing like, hey, thanks for 5,000 fans. You don't think that's weird?
I feel like I don't think it means you're a cop. I think it just means it means that you're paying attention.
Yeah, that's really what it is. You nailed it. It's like, you don't ever want to act like you're paying attention. This guy's over there just every day, like trying to, he goes and follows all the fans of fucking, some weird popular page to get over that hump of like 4,998.
Yeah.
And he's just like, oh, all I got to do is I'm just going to go to the, Rockstar Games Instagram page and follow like 30 of their followers. Yeah. And then boom, I'm at 5,000.
But then you got to act like you didn't. But it's like you got to we do that shit, but you got to act like you didn't notice. You got to act like, oh, how many followers do I have? I don't even know. I'm not paying attention.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Oh, is it 4,000? Oh, yeah. I don't know.
It's the guy, it's the guy. Do you know the guy that like knows how many people he's had sex with?
Yeah. That's a good point.
It's the person that like, yeah, I've had sex with 68 women. And you're like,
yeah.
Stop counting, dude. Also, fuck less people, man. That's too many.
Too many.
That's
it's a weird number too, 68.
Yeah, you know what I mean? They're like...
It's like you had like 5 good years, And like, it's not like, you're not Magic Johnson, like in the thousands or like Slash, But you're not, Michael from The Office,
Right.
Like with, 3. You're like, oh, dude, I had like 5 real good years, man. I was doing Bowflex. I started doing this juice bullshit. That worked pretty well. I got a dog. That helped a lot,
Tinder had just started.
But
it's still lame to be like, to tally in your head.
A mental tally of anything.
Your mom didn't love you.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, no, I agree with that sentiment for 100%. What's been new with you, dog? How was your time in the last... How many hours are in a week? I was going to try and riff and say, like, in the last, 72 hours, and I realized that's like...
I couldn't even like ballpark it. Well, we can figure this out. 144 plus 24.
168?
It doesn't matter. No one wants to hear us do math. My week was good. I've been playing basketball. There you go. That's my week.
So that 127 hours movie, that dude was almost out there for a fucking week. God damn.
Yeah.
That must have sucked. No, so you were playing basketball?
Yeah, I'm into basketball now. I'm
playing,
like,
what's your situation? Who you playing with? Are you just finding park kids and doing like one-on-ones, schooling little dudes?
I almost did yesterday. Or today. That was today. There was a kid, like, because it's a small court. I got it open side, and then a group of kids kind of came over, and I was like, "You guys want to play 21?" Because I was trying to be generous with the court that I had, and they were like, nah, man. And then I thought about it, and that was a realization that I had, that I've had this since I was 31. Like, when I was 29, those kids would have been like, oh, look at this, like, cool guys, cool, like, 20-something guy, like, he's hanging out with. But now when kids see me, they're just like, how about you leave me alone, old man? Like, I'm a man. I'm just like a man.
Really? You think they know? You think they cognitively know that you flipped over from 30? Like once you cross the 30 mark?
31.
Yeah.
I think it's 31. 31.
You think once you hit 31, because your 30th year
Yeah.
is just a reaction to being 30.
Right.
And 31, you're like, oh, I'm in my 30s now.
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm
felt it,
28.
dude.
I'm 28. So
You're still like a cool hip guy, dude. You still got some years of that, man.
No, I'm the cool hip guy. I'm looking at my camera screen right now. I look like fat Ron Howard right now. You know, I look like I'm about to direct the next Argo. But
that's cool as shit, dude.
No,
You look
it's
like a
mostly a joke.
prodigy.
At least I don't look like Clint Howard. Clint Howard, actually, you know, Clint Howard's actually the fucking coolest of all of them. If
Wait,
you really think about
who's Clint Howard? Is that Ron's brother?
You gotta Google Clint Howard. You see this dude, you'll be like, oh shit, man. You know, because Ron, you know, he was on the Andy Griffith Show, then boom, you know, makes all these, you know, feature films.
Yeah.
But Clint was just like, he would just pop up in random 90s movies, 2000s movies. He was typically like if you had a movie and you needed like a weird, you know, possibly sex predator janitor type looking dude.
Oh,
or
yeah,
like
no,
shifty guy who might pull a knife on you at the office guy. Like you were like, we're getting Clint Howard, you know?
Yeah, wasn't he in Princess Bride?
Oh, dude, you know what makes me sad is that, dude, Clint Howard definitely is on Cameo. That's a bummer.
Yeah, I don't.
What do you think
even,
he's charging?
No.
What we haven't done this in a second. What's Clint Howard's price?
I don't think he's on there, dude. I think he's got too much dignity.
I don't think he does. What do you think Clint Howard's Cameo price is? I just Googled Clint Howard Cameo price.
Okay.
Like I just assume that he has it, and I'm just like, what's his?
$100. $100. I don't know.
You think?
Yeah, I mean, he has self-respect.
Wow.
I feel like he's not that into it. I don't think he has it. He's like an established actor, dude. He was the fucking weird guy with the strange ears.
I mean, you're not wrong.
See?
You're not wrong. Good on you, Clint. Who am I to say? Fucking Clint Howard, by all standards, has had an amazing Hollywood career. Like, think of all the people who barely clawed into like the Hollywood system. Clint did pretty fucking good. Now, granted, was it because of his, you know, family that was, you know, popping off? Yeah, a little bit. But dude, you gotta take your shot.
Well, here's the thing. This is what I've noticed. Like, they used to cast ugly people as ugly people in movies, right? Now they cast like attractive people, but then they ugly them down. But it doesn't work, you know? Like this.
Yeah, that's a good point.
You know, they're not like nobody's taking someone that's just like a bridge troll, putting them in a movie as a bridge troll. They're gonna take like Halle Berry and like put a little fake crow's feet and a wart on her face and call her a bridge troll, you know?
Yeah, well, they want
Halle Berry's my go-to attractive woman, dude. I don't know.
That's
I'm
a
like
good go-to.
45-year-old man.
No, that's solid. That's a solid.
Still,
what
babe.
I was just saying, dude, she's just, you know, though, if you want, I'm trying to name drop a hot person, and then what if I just like immediately went to, I was like, dude, Carmen Electra, man, you know, just like go. What if I like really went back for 90s
dude,
era
still
Laura
hot,
Flynn
dude.
Boyle, dude.
Lara from Boyle, dude.
Yeah.
So she's got skinny hot, dude. I like a skinny hot, man. Everyone's into thick girls now, dude. I'm still into a skinny girl with little titties, dude. Like I love it,
man.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, dude. You gotta follow your heart, you know. But I just had a weird encounter, dude. I was gonna tell you about this. I went to go get these. I'm okay. I'm not gonna name the business. Not gonna do it. Wouldn't matter if I did. No one would be able to act on this. But I go to this place down the road. They opened up. They're doing these, you know, like little frozen dessert, like little icy, basically icy.
Little shaved
places.
ice.
Some kind of shaved ice bullshit thing.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're pretty good. So I was like, I'm gonna go down there. I go down there, long ass line. I'm like, whatever, dude. I ain't got nothing to do until we sit here and, you know, hit roll with you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go wait in this line. Me and my girlfriend, we're gonna sit there. We're gonna try and get these little icy things. And I'm sitting there at the end of the line. And then, like, out of nowhere, the owner comes out, like, from the front, and he comes back, and he's like, hey, I just want to let you guys know, you're going to be the last customers of the night. We're going to go get a rope to put it behind you, but if you don't mind, for, like, here on out, can you just tell people when they come up that we're not taking any more business?
Okay.
And I'm just like, wait, are you... So you saying I basically got to be like the bouncer now for like the rest of this line? That's
you have to be the bearer of bad news, dude.
I know, dude. Are you saying I got to go tell like 15 to 20 different groups of people that I'm like, hey, sorry,
Yeah.
We're the last one, so it's us, Have
It
fun.
probably
Sorry.
you're like, hey, do you mind disappointing children for the next 5 to 10 minutes?
I know. That's kind of what I was saying. I was like, how many people are going to walk up here and I'm just going to be like, oh, yeah, you got to hit the bricks, buddy. You should have got here 10 minutes earlier,
Yeah.
I couldn't handle that. We just left, dude. I was like, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be that guy, dude. Because the line was like an hour long anyway. I'm like, I'm not going to stand here for an hour and just... I came here to get a tasty frozen dessert. Now I got to be bouncer at your place?
Right.
That's crazy. I'm not going to do that shit.
Did you break any hearts?
I don't know. I mean, they went to go get that rope and I was gone by the time they came back.
Oh, you didn't have to tell anyone?
No,
okay.
Yeah, I wasn't going to do that. I ain't going to be
you just let them be in line. You're like, then you let someone else do it. Let the person actually serving it up be like, hey, you fucking tell them. You tell them they can't have a coconut snow cone.
I know. That's what I said. You go tell them they can't have a mango passion fruit, blizzard. I wish it was a blizzard. It wasn't. No, I had to go. That's to go to 7-Eleven. You get Slurpee instead.
Yeah.
Although, what's weird about 7-Eleven now is I went to go get the guy, they don't have the cups and straws out, obviously, for the COVID thing, obviously. So I'm standing there, guys, he's like, I'll help you guys in 1 second. And I thought he was going to have to make the drinks. And then I just had to I mentally had to process in my mind. I got to this place. I'm like, okay, I'm going to have to tell this guy. He's going to be like, what do you want? I'm going to be like, can you do a blue-red swirl? One, every 2 inches go blue, red on the Slurpee, I was prepared to do that.
Yeah, you can't be. That's that's queen shit, dude.
No, come on. I obviously wouldn't do that, but I'm just saying. He ended up just giving me the cup. That was tight. I just go do it myself. But I think he would have been cool about it. I mean, if you're a purveyor of Slurpees, you understand that people will be swirling the flavors. You get it. I don't think that. I actually defend that. Fuck that, dude. No, I defend that shit. I would have been straight up, yeah, dude, half red, half blue. Swirl
just
it
tell
up.
them. Tell him.
I don't give a fuck. You know that's the best combo, and I'm not just gonna get red like I'm fucking a boring little 8-year-old. No way, dude. No way.
Yeah, well, it's you can just tell them, you're like, look, man, it's kind of weird now that you're pouring the snow cones, but if you're opposed to swirling my flavors, I don't want the snow cone. So if you're gonna handle that for me, great. I'd like one, but if you're just gonna hand it to me split in half. I'm not interested. And if you fuck it up, I'm not paying for it.
Yeah. Listen, man, I'm going to tell you this right now. I'm going to ask for half frozen Coke, half frozen Mountain Dew. And if that's going to fuck with you, then don't do it. I'll leave.
He'd be like, leave.
I'm like,
please
actually,
leave.
no. I'm going to be like, no, actually, can you make it, please? This is all I have.
Okay, so at this point, everyone knows about Chris D'Elia. Tragic canceling of Chris D'Elia stuff from 2016. What are you laughing at? Everyone knows Chris D'Elia, famous comedian, very funny, in trouble for soliciting.
Of all the ways to start that segment.
How would you started it?
The tragic
all right, we're rolling,
cancel.
baby. The tragic cancellation of Chris D'Elia, who did some regrettable things.
Yeah, that was the tragic part of it.
Asking for nudes of a 16-year-old girl, which he didn't. I think everyone knows. Well, let's get past. I want to move past the fact that he was trying to get nudes from a 16-year-old girl. He obviously didn't know she was 16. He regretted that. He really fucked up.
Dude,
but let's move into no. We don't. You're not. No. We can't. No. Stop. Because I'm moving on past that because I don't want to talk about that. But we need to talk about him just being a complete, total, abject fuckboy. When he was Snapchat famous, he went wild, and he had to know that shit was gonna come back. He knew, and I think it's interesting. I think it's always interesting at what point people, when you're on you basically. Chris D'Elia has a quote. He says, "You've already done the thing that's gonna ruin you," which I think is really strange. He says this, okay?
Yeah, it's spoken like a guy who knew that his thing had already come.
So it's interesting when it bites you in the ass, because his ascension, he was rising, and I think, I mean, he potentially could have been like an action hero type guy. You know what I mean? He was ascending pretty high, and then this just snagged him, dude. They got, that he was like, that he was thinking, he's like, I wonder when they're gonna pull the trigger, because it was like multiple different women, and it was just him. Let's just say girls. Let's talk about the one, him pulling his dick out in some hotel room, or just like trying to get someone to blow. Like, don't do that shit on the internet, especially. Like, why are people doing nefarious bullshit with the internet?
He didn't think he would get caught, dude. That's how that shit works.
I don't think he thought he'd ever be this famous. I think that was the thing. I don't think he ever thought he could get canceled, because I don't think he ever. So then like, I think you just get to a point where you're like, oh fuck, I had no idea. Had I not been such a complete abuser of my own, power and sex appeal. All right, man. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I think that's what fucked him over. Of course, like, why? I mean, he's been handsome. Like, he's probably he seems like a guy that's like abusing his power, but I'm like, dude, you've been handsome for a minute. You kind of like had chicks on you all the time. Why are you blowing up 18-year-olds trying to get them to show you their titties, dude?
Because like, it's like a power thing, dude. He just wants, like, it's just like the same, Hollywood, like, predatory bullshit, dude. He's just like a power thing. It's a dude who knows he's got control over people. I don't know, man. I just think it's, like, weird that, like, how could he kept doing it, like, even after, like, the 2017 Harvey Weinstein shit. You gotta be fucking... He must have never thought that shit was gonna happen if he kept doing it after that. But I don't, I think dude, honestly, like, the lamest part about it is to just see comedians react to it and just be like, shitting on, like, calling like a hack or like Dane Cook or whatever. I'm like, dude, okay, that's a pretty like brave stance. Is to like,
wait, they're attacking his comedy?
Yeah, dude, that's the funniest thing, is when people take time to attack someone's comedy in a situation like that, and they're just like, okay, really? That's the first thing? You felt your opinion had to be out there in the world that much, and then your first fucking take on it is like, yeah, well, he wasn't even that good of a comic, and then they'll just like, link to Louis' new special something like that. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't know where you...
Well, that's just like sour, salty grapes, dude.
Yeah.
Well,
that's hilarious. So it's like, people love to shit on him after he's not in the top 5 biggest comedians in the world.
I haven't given up on Chris. I feel like he can redeem himself. I think he can be a changed man.
I think he's a bad hombre.
You think so?
I'm on the total opposite camp. I think that dude's bad. That dude's bad, man.
Well, okay.
Who am I to say? I'm not even a famous comic.
Sure.
Fucking barely even a comic anymore, dude. The best thing I got is trying to, make, 90-year-old Russian neighbors laugh in the hallway. That's as close as I can get to a mic. So
it's a tough crowd.
It is a tough crowd. You can't really make people laugh who've seen the horrors of man,
Right.
But either way, I just think he's just like he's just a fucking broy. Dude, the Hollywood like pedophile fucking train, it's just gonna keep going as long as there's like a system of abuse going on. It's but like it's just whatever. This time it's a dude who looks like he's at fucking PacSun.
Right.
Like cool.
Well. But okay, my take is a friend of ours, Ram Barnacle, very funny, has we need to plug Ran, has a Banana Tapes, his comedy album on Spotify.
It's fucking great.
He talked about this. Sober guys picking up chicks, dude. Like, I've always wanted to ask Chris D'Elia this, dude. If you're a sober guy and you're like trying to pick up chicks at a bar, you're sober, trying to pick up like women that are drinking, just that like dynamic.
Predatory. It's inherently predatory. It's fucking weird.
You gotta drink. Like you have to be.
You got to. Dude, you gotta drink. That's a hard. Dude, people don't want to hear that. You gotta.
You gotta drink. You want
can't
to be a
trust me.
person in the world?
Dude, you either gotta drink or you gotta be in recovery. One of the two. You can't. That's fine, dude. If you're in recovery, fuck yeah, don't ever drink again. You stay strong. Get that little golden chip or whatever.
Yes.
But dude, you gotta be. You can't. I can't trust your opinion if you haven't been willing to like ruin your whole life. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like if you haven't been able to put it all on the line, that means either A, you had it real good and you got nothing to lose, so you don't feel, you know. Or it's B, it's just like, you know, the taste of the elixir of alcohol. It'll be like, you know what it is? I think guys like that, I think their thing is like, oh, well, it'll stop me from being able to, like, my brain to function at 100%. You know? They're like, well, I won't be, you know, I don't want to be off. I need to be focused and always, like, on my game. Like, I feel like it's a real analytical creepo type.
Oh, yeah. It's like, how am I supposed to be on my top level of perversion if I'm inebriated?
Yes. How am I going to fucking Tom Clancy the shit out of this, you know,
dude,
concert that I'm going to?
You're right, because guys in recovery aren't going to bars fucking women. No, dude. They're
smoking cigarettes outside of the old school.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. They're on their phone looking at where the next meeting is, you know? That's those guys. They're not trying. Well, some of them are. Let's be real. I know one that does for sure.
What do you do though if you don't drink? Like, where do you go if you can't go to a bar and meet people? There's got to be a way to do it. I don't know. I've been drinking a long time, so I don't know.
Well, we have a friend, and I remember talking to him, like, real handsome guy with a lot of swag. But I remember talking to him. I'm not gonna say his name, but like I remember talking to him, and he was like, I remember asking, he's like, man, it's hard to find a sober girl, man. He's like, dude, it's just hard to find a girl that's like not drinking or like just not like doesn't party or anything. Cause he's like, and he was telling me, he's like, I can't connect. Like I cannot connect with someone that drinks and drinks like as an activity. Like there's just like something we can't understand about each other. And I'm like, dude, you're right. Cause you can't.
It's fair. This struggle. It's gotta be hard for those people.
I don't know what, but at the same time, part of me is like,
go to the mall. I don't know.
But those people, when they're done with the mall, they're going to fucking Red Robin to go drink, dude. That's
not the place to go. I was trying to think of. That's how much I drink. Is that like I had to like on the spot think of an activity that doesn't involve drinking, and I was just like, I guess the mall.
Yeah.
Because that was the that was the last daily activities I used to do before. I would be like, oh, what are we gonna do tonight? Oh, we'll just go drink somewhere. I don't know. Doesn't matter where.
Yeah. Let's go buy some jeans at Old Navy, but then go to Red Robin and slam a couple craft brews.
When the mall doors closed, the TGI Friday bar doors opened, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it goes, you know? I don't know.
It's not. But at the same time, part of me, and this is a joke, I'm going to say that, but part of me is like, when people don't drink, I'm always like, just do it, man. Don't drink and drive, but part of me is like, this is kind of it's sometimes, obviously, if you have like an addictive personality and you're afraid of that, don't fucking drink.
Yeah, okay.
But like a lot of times I'm like, have a beer, dude. Be a person. It's like when someone brags about not watching sports. I'm like, oh, bravo. You don't participate in a part of a huge part of our culture.
Yeah. No, obviously this is all the ingest. Like, if you don't drink, whatever. Actually, I don't know. You know what it is, dude?
Hey, many a truth is said in jest.
I think what it is it's like... I think drinking historically just goes back to like letting your guard down. Like if you drink with someone, you're mutually agreeing to both let your guard down a little bit. You're mutually agreeing to like loosen up and like be a little bit of a different person. So like if both the people aren't doing that, then it just becomes like this weird. I mean, it's just like a weird power imbalance. Why would you trust someone to do that? I wouldn't trust. I would be like, I don't.
Well said. Well, let's talk about Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A did release a statement.
They don't go down.
He released a statement, a very impassioned, which is like, yo, dude, you know what? I'm tired of people being like, I will not stand for this. I am not standing for... I'm like, hey, you millionaire. Just be like, I'm going to give $1 million to like... random black folk. Do a big statement. Do it. You know what I mean? Like do something, but don't be like, I won't, because talk is so inexpensive, dude. You can just be like, I don't stand for this. I'm like, what does that mean? Go give someone of color some cash. Do something. Donate, start a foundation. Like, only hire African American people. Do something.
It is funny because
prove it is all I'm saying.
Well, they're not gonna prove it. What the fuck? You think that Dan Carthy, the head of Chick-fil-A, you think he actually gives a fuck? No, he's just gonna be like, dude, you know what? He's in an office. He's like, he's like, get somebody in here, get an intern. We'll draft up a little statement. We'll put it out. We'll say we won't stand for systemic racism, and then we'll fucking open our doors back up on Monday morning. Like, it's fine. And then everyone's like, no, I feel like it's a little more serious than this. And he's just like, well, we won't stand for it. You're right. You know, they don't give a shit. They're banking on America as a whole, just glossing over and being like, well, you know, the sandwiches are good. So, I mean, this happens every time. And they're right. That's the crazy thing. You know, the reason that they say that is because they're just like, these dumb fucks aren't going to actually follow through with this. They don't give a shit. They don't care about, like, social justice. They'll come here. They'll just fucking get more sandwiches, dude. They're good. That's what the CEO of Chick-fil-A needs to do right now. He's like, God, they're good. Look how good the sandwiches are. So good, dude. Just chill out, guys. We're just here to make sandwiches and fund this, you know, Christian alt-right movement. Just those two things.
That is true. Because I looked it up. And I was looking at the organizations that they donate to. And some are like basically in ideology. They're not like, well, I guess they said the Salvation Army, but some of them are outright like trying to eliminate, you know, trans rights or whatever. But
they're like conversion camps and shit.
It is like, but it is funny. So I think you need to come to terms with, because I know like FCA, it's like Fellowship of Christian Athletes, which is a bunch of fucking dork athletes that read the Bible and like fuck each other in the butt or something. Yeah, you know what I mean? They like
Sam Bradfords and shit.
Yeah, exactly. Stuff like that. Who are like low-key Christians that fuck each other in the butt. Tim Tebow, Sam Bradford. So you need to understand when you eat at Chick-fil-A, because I'm reading these and I'm like, I know these organizations because I used to like kind of be in that world. I'm like, when you buy a chicken sandwich, you know you're supporting like Christian ideology. It's not even like a question like I don't even think, so you just need to come to terms with that. You're like, I'm supporting this. And a lot of times I feel like Chick-fil-A gets, obviously they get more exposure from their base, which are like Christians who don't like people butt fucking. Their base is
everybody.
But that's what I'm saying. So I'm saying the attention that they garner from this, you know, negative press ends up being from the people. They're just like, fuck it. It feels dirty. They're like, oh, I bought a fucking chicken sandwich today from Chick-fil-A, and it was so hot, dude.
Yeah, the noise is because people felt guilty about it. Now, listen, there's a lot of reason to hate Chick-fil-A. I personally hate them because their fries suck and their grilled chicken nugget bites are $8 and they're garbage. You know. But
I like the fries. I like the fries with hot sauce. The waffle fries with hot sauce are good. I gotta disagree with you. Anyway, go on.
I went to a Chick-fil-A and I was trying to do keto and I just got the grilled chicken nuggets, you know?
Oh, you fucked up, dude. You fucked up.
I know I did. Dude, they gave it to me and I opened it in the car and I was just like, God damn it, dude. Yeah. I sat there and I was like, God damn it, dude. It was so tiny. It was like so weird. They were just like, it looked like a weird, you know what it felt like? It felt like I was 28 and I just got an adult Lunchable. Like, I just, like, I couldn't even be bothered to get my shit together enough that day to figure out a fucking solution for my hunger properly. And there I was when they just gave me, like, a prepackaged, basically MRE, like you would get if you're going, you know, to Baghdad. They're just like, eat this, you fucking pig. Said, we got 2 lines at this trough. You think you're being healthy. You still got a large lemonade with this. You're not fooling anybody. You know? I don't know.
Wait, did you get a lettuce wrap grilled chicken sandwich?
No, dude, I got the little chicky nuggies. Like the little, they're like grilled. They're garbage. Just look them up. They're terrible. The point being, though, is that like people will just continuously forget that Chick-fil-A is like a super right-wing company. Like it comes up like it's been, dude, that's been going on for like 10 years. People being like, hey, boycott Chick-fil-A. Dude, when I was in college, people were boycotting Chick-fil-A at University of Cincinnati because they were donating to like anti-gay, and then they come out and they're like, okay, we're sorry, we're gonna do better, and people are like, you know, it's like the very like the it's like,
oh, that's right, they did say they were going to. I forgot about that. The second
glance is so short, like for people, like the people who are criticizing Chick-fil-A, their second glance back is just like, okay, they're good. Yeah, they said they fixed it. Well, they said they fixed it, so I can go back and get a spicy chicken and add a little Arnold Palmer, you know? I don't know. People just go back to it as long as it's good. You know? That's why Popeyes comes in like, hey, listen, dude. We'll let you fight in the store. Like, you can fuck here. Like, we can, you know, shove each other. Like, we don't, you know. Big news, buddy. Live PD and Cops both canceled. Probably for the best.
Yeah. Yes.
Probably for the best. If you're like me and you realize that you do have a desire to watch white trash people fight over meth outside of a rallies, you're going to have to go out in the world and find it yourself. Because there's not going to be an outlet for that other than like YouTube for a while, you know, which I support, you know. You can find your rallies fight videos on YouTube, but it kind of begs the question, so do you think it was Cops make sense. Cops was always a little like angry. Cops was inherently like a little bit of an angry show. Live PD, they were kind of like pussies. They just sat there and just like wouldn't really say anything of note. It was honestly like the worst part of Live PD was when they would sit there and like talk about the crime, and the guy's like, well, you know, like we like to talk to people so they don't think that, you know, all cops are bad. It's just like that over and over. Those dudes were like so goofy. They were so bad because they weren't like trained to be on TV that it would just be awkward encounter after awkward encounter.
Oh, dude, I loved them, dude. The Salinas Police Department, dude. Those guys were fucking G's, dude. I loved them. No. I rocked with them, dude.
I'm not talking about the actual beat cops. I'm talking about the hosts of Live PD, the three dudes.
Oh, buddy, I didn't watch the show. I watched compilations, dude. I never saw those guys' faces. I just watched compilations of people getting pulled over with like trunkfuls of cocaine, dude.
I know.
That's all I watched. All I watched was like gunfire. I don't care about some guy being like, as a police officer, it's like, show me someone with a fucking crack pipe.
Show me. Show me a 13-year-old with a stolen dirt bike who's shooting an Uzi. Like, that's what I came here for.
Exactly,
I'm not here
dude.
to learn about community relations. Like, we want to see, you know, kids ramping off shit, lighting fireworks off next to an old folks' home. Like, the
someone
stuff.
with priors unloading a ton of whippets in the back of their car.
Good old
saying
dude.
that they also, dude. You're right. Because it was not good for nobody won. Even when I was watching it, I was like, this isn't good for me. I'm watching other people's, like, it's the danger, dude. We fuck with danger, dude. We love danger.
I think it's not that. I think it's I think people just want to watch other people suffer sometimes. I think people just.
I like the happy stories though, though. I like the reality. I love
dude. No, it's so corny, dude. It's so corny when they try to force like a positive. Like 9 out of 10 Live PD incidents is like they'll roll up and just basically like crack some hobo in the skull for like, drinking schnapps next to a park or something. We'll just fucking run him over. Or something.
Okay, that's Cops, because Cops was on the side of like, watch police fuck people up, right?
No,
Live PD was let's settle altercations, and like the Cops were like, I felt like Live PD actually tried to give a better representation of cops.
No, they did. That's why it's interesting that they got canceled. Like Cops, it made sense that they would cancel it. Live PD, I was like, that's interesting because they were at least trying to like. Show, but here's the thing though, the whole panel was just like all cops. What are you if you're gonna have a show about cops and robbers, you gotta have
couple robbers.
That's what I'm saying, dude. What's the next version gonna look like? That's what this begs the question, because it's gonna come back. There's always gonna be some kind of like reality show based on like policing. What's the next one gonna be? They should just fucking lean into it. Let's just go full in. Let's just have we'll have like a panel of just like an LAPD officer and like a blood, and then just have them analyze shit live, like as it's happening. That has to be it.
I would never leave the couch, dude. If it was just like an
Every week is
OG and the chief of police doing commentating on just like arrests and pullovers and like suspicion of whatever.
The fucking greatest show.
Dude, it would be. That would be. I don't know. It would never happen, dude. But
of course, it would never happen.
But okay, I will say I don't think it's that far from happening because if you've ever watched, there's a lot of like BBC does a lot and PBS. But there's something called Drugs Inc., which is on Netflix, where they follow around drug dealers, dude. Top level, bottom level. And there's like, I'm like, this is crazy, man. There's a camera crew following around guys like cooking up dope in a crock pot, dude. Like with ski masks over their head. And some of them don't even have distorted voices. Some of them you can see their faces, man.
Yeah,
dude. I know how to smuggle heroin across the border of Mexico from this TV show, dude. I'm watching this. I'm like, this is insane. They're like letting a camera crew in to show them. That's crazy. So I don't think it's that far off, man. There is a criminal version of Cops, and it is good, dude. I love
I know. Yeah. I've seen it. I don't know. You're right. Like I guess maybe that was their flaw. Live PD was just too boring. It's just like nobody wants to go listen to, they pull up at some dude's house and just complain about him playing heavy metal guitar too loud, Like no one wants to see that boring shit. Dude, let's traffic some drugs on TV. Let's see that. Let's pull over a dude that has like a Gatling gun in the back seat, and you're like, "What? I want to see it."
No, I'm into that.
Yeah.
What's your like from being Live PD fans? Rest in peace for the best of us. It's like our plug on heroin got bodied, dude. Like we're done. We got it. But let's say, what lessons did you learn from Live PD, having watched?
Well, lessons, if you're gonna have illegal fireworks, just run. Just run. Don't stick around. Light them off and run. That would be a good one.
Let me ask you something. Can I ask you something?
I didn't realize this, dude. If you're resisting arrest, you see cops just like beat the shit out of people's heads. That's protocol.
Oh,
did you know that?
Yeah. No, that's the whole point. That's the problem. That's the problem. Is it's like top down. That's how they're trained.
I didn't know that because I was listening to the Jocko Willink talk, and he was saying, he's like, what you have to do if someone's resisting arrest, the protocol is to knock them unconscious. I'm like, fuck, dude. So don't run because then they have a reason. Because you got a lot of dudes that are ready who kind of want to knock you out, probably. Because you made them run, and now they're gonna want to bludgeon you until you see stars. So
maybe
what's it? I got all right. Good
advice, but you can't. What I'm saying is, either pick a lane and go down it. You know what I mean? You can't. When it comes to an encounter with the police, flirting around in the middle ground is just gonna complicate things. Like if you're gonna pick a route. I'm not telling you to pick a route, but if you're gonna pick one, commit to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah.
There's nothing better than when you see someone get pulled over for you forgot to use a turn signal on this street, and then it turns to, hey, do you mind if we search your car? And they're like, yeah, go for it. And you're just like, I don't know what you thought was gonna happen here. I think you think that they're just allowed to do it. People don't know they don't know actually what their rights are, so they'll just get pulled over, and it's basically like teacher in school. They're like, hey, clear out the card, let us in. You're like, oh, okay, I guess you're the boss.
I think I've learned that you can tell when someone has drugs in the car by the pause in the question that they ask. If they're like, do you mind if we search the car? Most people have a response of like, yeah, I guess, right? If you or I got pulled over, we'd be like, yeah, don't break anything, I guess. I don't know. But the people that actually have drugs in the car, they're like, sure. You can tell they're thinking about it. They don't know what the right answer is. And as soon as there's that like 3-second pregnant pause. You know, they're like, oh, they've got 3 bricks in the spare tire compartment. Like, you know, they're just sitting there.
Yeah, there's like 6 ounces of synthetic weed in there. You know, just like, oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Biggest lesson I learned is if you got bricks in the back, if you got like, you know, tons of loose cash in the car, you got heroin in the car, check your tags, check your lights, man. It ain't that tough. Like, don't have expired plates, don't have a tail light out if you're going to be transporting drugs.
Keep your shit tip top.
I would be an excellent drug dealer, dude, because I just check things. I am thorough.
Attention to detail.
That's all you need.
That's all it is. Attention to detail. If you want to smuggle drugs, listen, that's a tough road. But you gotta learn some discipline. You know? You ain't gonna evade the law being sloppy. You know?
No.
They're gonna bust you over because you got a fucking window tint that's like, 3 grades too dark, you know? Like, they're gonna come at you.
Right.
You gotta be smart. You gotta use your head, dude.
Yeah. No, and I think another thing is if you watch Live PD, I think this was the main thing I think of why they canceled it, is you see that they pull over POCs on bullshit constantly.
Oh my god, yeah. That's like oh no, dude, real talk. Like, Live PD had to get canceled.
It should have.
They deleted footage of a dude.
Oh yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah,
I mean, we kind of buried the lead there. They deleted footage of a guy who got killed by a police officer, and then
that's
the
whole story.
They were like, well, they didn't, it didn't go to trial, so we just deleted it. I'm like, bitch, like, you serious? You just like, oh, you didn't. They were like, we didn't need the footage anymore. I'm like, oh yeah. Can you imagine wiping footage of a homicide? Like, what the fuck? That's so they're so pro cop. That's the whole thing, is that they're pro cop and they know they couldn't recover from that. So
for sure. A show called Live PD is for sure pro police. Like, it's gonna put them in the best light possible. So someone shooting. So I mean, of course we don't know the whole story, but they're not gonna like show you. They're not gonna show you someone die.
No, they're gonna try not to.
Granted, though, on YouTube, I watched a video, dude. A lot there
YouTube
is
will send you to hell. They don't care where your soul lands. Like,
YouTube's got everything, man. If you want to watch live,
as long as you're not showing copyrighted clips of, like,
oh yeah,
Peaky
don't play
Blinders. They'll make sure that you lose your house. But
exactly, you can show you can
show a two 13-year-olds stabbing each other. That's fine, But god damn it, if you try to post another clip of Peter Frampton live, we're taking it down.
We're taking it down.
BMI's coming in.
4 seconds of Peter Frampton.
Yeah.
And if it goes 5, we're taking it down.
Yeah.
And we're gonna show someone else, teenagers stabbing each other.
Yeah.
Because that's the YouTube way.
Yeah, you better not try to post this fucking, Jerry Seinfeld stand-up clip on here.
Yeah.
We're gonna send you straight to these 2 fat people pushing in front of each other, and
Yeah, pushing one in front of a semi. That's what you deserve. That's what you. All right.
Feed the algorithm. Come back, please. Speaking of, subscribe to the channel.